Welcome to another episode of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belle, a wannabe comedian. If this podcast sounds a bit funny, it's because I've got a new laptop and I forgot that you actually have to take time to set everything up again on Adobe, because I use Adobe Audition, and I just haven't left myself enough time. So this is just a straight recording and I have no idea what it's going to sound like. I haven't got much time because I've got to go out shortly. It's our Equity Christmas shindig, so that should be fun. In terms of the podcast, well, what have I done? I went to see a pantomime on Friday. I haven't seen a pantomime in ages. And it was quite good. It was the opening night, so there was a few fluff lines, but Kat was in it. Now, Kat's been on my podcast before. I think it was the episode called The Art of Drag. I'm pretty sure it was that one. So if you want to see what she sounds like, go and check out that one. It's definitely one of my earlier podcasts. And she's just brilliant. Yeah, she was so full of life and very loud, but then that's our Kat. And yeah, it was really good fun. I enjoyed it very much. A little bit woke for me in places, you know. It's like I'm quite traditional, I'm quite old-fashioned, and, you know, I like my fairy tales to be fairly untouched, but, you know, not to be, is it, for a pantomime? But there was lots of "who's behind you," which was great fun. And I'll tell you, the kids, my God, they're aggressive. They were literally getting up and standing right up at the stage saying, "Who's behind you?" Getting really annoyed because the actors were obviously doing what actors do and saying, where there's no one there. It was quite amusing to watch that. So that was that. I went to see Conclave. Talking of woke. Oh, good grief. So Conclave is, you know, it's about the Catholic Church, and yeah, well, whatever. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give out any spoilers just in case you haven't seen it. I was thoroughly enjoying it. I'll be quite frank about that. I was actually thoroughly enjoying it, which I didn't think I would, right up until the end. And then it's like, no, not having that. I'm switching off. So that was that. I saw Matt on Friday, actually, because I went to see Conclave first, and then I went off and I met up with Matt to go to this pantomime. And he said to me, just to prove he listens to my podcast, he said to me that part 2 of Wicked is part 2 of Wicked. Does that make sense? So the theatre production is obviously in 2 halves, and the second film is going to mirror the second half of the theatre production. Now, it makes sense. I didn't know this. And it makes sense because I've not actually seen the second half sober. Being quite blunt about it. It's one of the funniest stories. I went with a friend. Well, she came and stayed with me, actually. This is a long time ago. She came and stayed with me. And we'd been out drinking in London because she doesn't live in London. So we'd had a few drinks during the day. And then we thought, let's go and see a show. So we ended up going to see Wicked because it's a very big theatre and they've always got space. And when we went in, we bought a bottle of Prosecco and we were about to go in. And they said, oh, no, you can't take the bottle in there. It's like, well, what are we supposed to do then? So they poured the entire bottle in 2-pint glasses. So, of course, my friend and I drank said pint glass of Prosecco in the first half. And then we bought another pint of Prosecco for the second half. So that's probably why I'm completely unaware of how Wicked really ends. I did see it again with my mum and her friends. And I don't know whether I was... I don't know, perhaps I was just not paying attention that time because I still don't know. But that explains why I was unaware that Wicked is going to come in 2 parts. And that's pretty much what I have to say, really. I'm now winding down to the end of the year, although I have applied for some gigs and been accepted. So I've got 4 in the diary, I think, now for next year, which is quite good. 2 in January and 2 in February. So I need to get a few more in, but yeah. So we will carry on with the comedy next year. We'll try it and do better than we did this year. In terms of number of gigs. Well, no, in terms of performance as well, actually. There's no point in doing it if you're not going to get better. But there you are. That's 2025 that I'm already thinking about, largely because I just want rid of 2024. I didn't enjoy this year much. How was your year? Hopefully you had a better one than I did. Anyway, I need to go. I've got to go to Equity and drink. Much love and gratitude.